Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Hernan Humana and I teach at the School of Kinesiology and Health Science. You are to embark on a fascinating journey as a student. But before you sail the ocean of knowledge, I have really good news and some bad news to share with you. The good news, I can tell you quite convincingly how to succeed in your first year at York. Honestly, I feel very confident about these assertions since it is based on numerous empirical studies and my own personal experience. In fact, I just finished teaching a group of 8 students who not long ago had been asked to withdraw from York University for their low grades. How did they do it? I will share their secrets with you in a second. I know you're curious about the bad news. The bad news is that you actually have to do the work. I'm sorry, but there is no way around it. Unless you are one of those rare students who do not need to study to do very well. I warn you, there are not too many of those around. As well, let me dispel a widespread myth. We don't need to fail a certain percentage of you. We want all of you succeeding. Listen, more good news. The fact that you are watching this video is an indication that you have what it takes to succeed. Let me be completely honest with you. I know it is a bit more complicated, but not that complicated. Thus, what I will present here is truly the basis of your choices to either have or not a successful first year. I repeat, it is your choice to have or not a successful university life. Did I say it is a choice? Let's start. First, managing your time. As your mother would say, attend classes. This seems to be an obvious suggestion, but believe me, it is one of the most common mistakes as well. Assignments. Start assignments early. Most courses give papers deadlines in the course outline, so you know when you're going to be required to submit papers. Start a month early, 2 months early, or as early as possible. Pay attention to the amount of hours you may be working. I know some of you work part-time, some of you work full-time jobs. This could be problematic. Let's look at your timetable. You're going to see here, and this is a sample, that there are some windows throughout the day, and you may use them to socialize with your friends, to have a coffee. However, the time will be far better spent if you use those windows to study. You can see your evenings wide open. Usually they are not that wide open in real life. So make good use of your time. If you work part-time Saturdays or Sundays or evenings, that is a tons of time that you have to be aware of. Be careful. This sample is just an idea, and this is only 24 credits. So it's just an idea of how you can use your time more effectively. Plan time for classes, studying, working, family, friends, commuting, working out, eating, sleeping, and perhaps more importantly, having a good time. 2, understanding your degree requirements. Check this year's undergraduate calendar because it outlines the requirements for you to graduate. Be aware that all the resources I mentioned in this presentation are available online. 3, mastering learning skills. Learn techniques to take notes. For instance, the Cornell note-taking. If you see on the board now, you're going to see a page with 3 parts. On the right, you'll be writing the regular notes that you take in any given lecture. However, in the other 2 parts, some very important things will happen. On the left, the idea is to write some cues, some main ideas, some questions, even some doubts that you may have about what the lecture was all about. And at the bottom, perhaps the most important part is to write a summary of what the lecture was all about. This will save you an incredible amount of time afterwards. The summary shouldn't be longer than 1 or 2 sentences. In other words, it's just 5 minutes of your life, but believe me, the best is spend 5 minutes of your life. Next, learn various techniques to do active reading as opposed to passive reading. The idea is to engage your mind fully in the text you're reading. It takes time, but it saves time. Learn how to write academic essays. Use resources well. Be extremely careful with plagiarism. Learn that word very well, plagiarism. You want to be away from it. Learn to write thesis statements properly. Follow instructions. If a paper is to be a maximum of 4 pages, it is 4 pages. If the deadline is at 12 p.m., 12:01 is late and you will be penalized. Pay attention to details like spelling, grammar, page numbering, etc. Read, make notes, review. Check with your instructor to ensure that you understand the requirements of the assignment. Do not make assumptions on your own there. Use feedback on your assignments to improve on your next assignments. Don't just check the grade that you get. Make sure that you read the comments so you can improve in future assignments. And maybe the most important part, trying hard may not necessarily produce results. You need to work wisely and effectively. 4, using technology to learn. First, turn your cell phones off when you're in classrooms. Second, turn your cell phones off. Did I say to turn yourselves off? It may surprise you to know that many outstanding students do not bring computers to the classroom. They take notes and leave the computer in their rooms or in their houses. Do not miss classes if your lectures are recorded. Good students use lecture capture to review notes, not to excuse them from attending. 5, utilizing resources. If you need writing assistance, go to the Learning Skills Services. If you have a personal problem or you are experiencing some distress in your life, and believe me, that will happen. Everyone goes through difficult times in life. Go to the Counseling and Disability Services. If you have a documented disability and require special accommodations, register with the Counseling and Disability Services. To get an idea of career options, even in your first year, go to the Career Center. They can let you know about career options in your field. 6, knowing yourself. Pay attention to this one. Watch your lifestyle, as your mom will say as well. Exercise regularly, eat properly, sleep enough, stay healthy. You know how many students fail because they get sick way too often? And they get sick because they don't look after themselves. So stay healthy. Establish good habits early in the year. Avoid skipping classes, coming late, not taking notes, procrastination, video games, anyone? Internet, etc., etc. Let me see this one. Get rid of bad friends. I'm serious, really. Get rid of bad friends. Many students fail because they associate with friends who don't necessarily have academic goals. Be aware of it. Control your vices. I'm not saying to stop them, just control them so that they don't take over your life. Find a quiet space to think, read, work, do homework. Important, extremely important. A quiet space to think, read, and work. Finally, in this part, follow your interests and passions. Be passionate about it. You must feel the career that you have chosen, the study, the field of study that you have chosen with all your heart, so you can actually do it fully, engage in it. 7, becoming involved. Ask questions, regardless of your personality. I know that some of you are a bit quiet and shy. You can ask quietly at office hours, or through the internet. Your professors and tutorial assistants will be happy to help you. Learn your way around your new environment. This is a huge university, you know that. The largest single campus in Canada. Learn it. Check buildings. Make sure that you are comfortable in this environment. Meet someone, faculty, staff, student, doesn't matter. Today, tomorrow, meet someone else. Repeat. Keep meeting new people. This university experience is also about networking, increasing the number of people that you know. 8, engaging in university life. Think about your goals for attending university. What were you thinking when you decided, I'm not going to work, I'm going to go to university? Find something meaningful to anchor you to the process, because I want you to love the process. Network and connect with upper students. They have been there and know the secrets to success. Make sure you connect with at least 1 or 2 of them. Make sure your instructor knows whom you are. Use office hours. Participate in tutorials. This can help you in the future when you need reference letters, contacts, internships, job opportunities. Improve something about the way you approach school every day. Think about something that you want to change every day to make you better. That will be a 180-degree turn, enough to set you in a totally different path perhaps, in a better path. 9, finally, having fun. Have a good time. And I mean it, really have a good time. Enjoy learning. It is not just about a piece of paper to put on the wall or in an office afterwards. It is about learning joyfully. And you have to trust me on this one. We truly mean that you must embrace the joy of learning. Thus, on behalf of our professors and staff, we welcome you to York University. We want to celebrate your arrival and celebrate again when you have arrived at your graduation.